I am the elected constable here in North Harris County, Precinct 4. Over the last recent days, my office headed up a multi-agency task force comprised of the Texas Department of Public Safety, the Harris County District Attorney's Office, Houston Police Department, multiple constable agencies, and the Harris County District Attorney's Office. The main objective of this task force was to identify, locate, and apprehend suspects that would choose to travel to meet some of our kids online to have sex with them. We ended up working the operation for, I think, 3 days and arrested 5 individuals. These suspects chatted with undercover officers online, made plans and deals with who they thought to be our children, then met at predetermined locations to engage in sexual activities with who they thought at the time to be kids. When they arrived at the locations, I'm happy to say they were in for a rude awakening. And they were arrested by police officers with Precinct 4 Constable's Office or undercover units. They were taken into custody. The agencies that were involved, it's very labor intensive. At some point we had dozens of officers working the operation. Go to the next slide, Lieutenant. These are the 5 suspects that were arrested. And we will send these to your outlets electronically also. You'll have them as soon as this is over with. 2 of them have ICE detainers out. They're wanted by the federal authorities. I will not go into why they were wanted. I would defer y'all to ICE. I can tell you these folks here have been handled before for criminal activities. I'll let you do your research. These are very dangerous individuals that would, if it was up to them, they would be preying on our children right now and victimizing and hurting our kids. Protecting our most vulnerable aspect of our citizenship, our children, is very important to law enforcement. Again, this was a 3-day operation. We netted 5 suspects, and these operations are ongoing. And I would caution anyone that would choose to try to meet a kid online to think twice about it. It is against the law, but think twice, because you're probably going to be speaking to an undercover police officer. You're going to be arrested. You've got your reputation to worry about, criminal record, etc. But on these 5 individuals, we're looking forward to letting them have their day in court. I have reviewed these cases, and the cases are solid. We got them, definitely with the elements of the crime of online solicitation of minors. I'll open it up for any questions any of you may have.
Are all these suspects from the Houston area, or did anybody travel from outside?
Yeah, there was a couple of them that were not outside of our area, but they traveled a pretty good distance. But for the main course, most of them are local. And again, if you do your research, you'll see that these are criminals. I mean, these people are the lowest part of our society.
How long was this operation?
It was a 3-day operation. Yeah, 3 days, and again, an operation like this, you have planning. You got to have predetermined locations. On a couple of these, we had them coming in at the same time to meet kids, so we had separate locations. We had to send them to separate locations. Had separate hit teams to take them down once they arrived, and when you have dozens of officers online chatting and they set up these things, when it does go down, it goes very quick.
Constable, can you elaborate more in how was the interaction of these people who were trying to reach out for the kids through social media? We know that, but through apps, or, I mean, this is more for the parents, to be aware of.
Yeah, so there are various apps that we were on. I don't want to go into the specific ones. But you know, we would encourage our parents to monitor their kids' social media. They have it now where you can set your kids' social media up to mirror your phone, so you can actually see exactly what they're doing on their phone. There are apps to allow you to do that. The biggest thing with our kids, and you know, a lot of our kids have these devices, and there's a lot of freedom out there for them to go and do certain things, but you know, education's the key part. You know, people you don't know that you meet online, you don't know who they are, you don't know their intentions, but I think that every parent should stress that to their children. And in this day and time, I would trust no one that you met online. And but again, we have to protect our kids. And yes, it starts with the parents, and you know, goes over to law enforcement. And I can tell you that I have assets, and as well as all these other agencies, that our primary job now is strictly monitoring these sites and you know, having task forces such as this to keep these criminals in check.
I see 5 men up here. Who were the undercover deputies posing to be? Were they posing to be a boy, young girl?
Both.
Both.
Yeah, we had females and we had males, and I won't go into the logistics and specifics of it, but any of these chat operators that are police officers, they have to have certain certifications to allow them to chat with folks online to make criminal cases. Basically trains them the do's and don'ts, what you can and can't do. But everything that we have seen on these cases was done legitimately, legally, and these folks here met the elements of that crime. And I want to thank our district attorney's office, Sean Tier and his group. They worked hand in hand with us when when the elements of the crime were met. You know, these people were arrested, processing them and getting them off the streets. And several of them got pretty high bonds too. And we'll have that for you in a press release as to their bonds.
This is just 5. Do we feel like we're on the verge of getting more?
Yeah, I don't want to go into ongoing things, but yes, I can tell you that there are law enforcement agencies right now, you know, I'm sure monitoring sites and perhaps operations such as this. So I can tell you my office is, I mean, we do it daily. I mean, we have a whole unit where I keep all my undercover folks, you know, at a different location. They actually all office out of that same building, over 100 of them. And, you know, there's always something going on. It's not uncommon to have 5 or 6 operations going in one day. And I mean, you may have this going, you may have a patrol initiative, a traffic initiative. I mean, policing is you know, the whole methodology is you want to stay on top of it and control crime. You'll never stop crime, but I'm going to tell you, out here in Precinct 4, we do a very good job of controlling crime and holding people accountable. I mean, if you look at our social media platforms, we've grown from 800 followers on our Facebook page to over 300 and something thousand in the last 8 years. And we are very transparent. We share almost every arrest we make, and which is dozens and dozens a day, all to control crime out here in Precinct 4.
You touched on it earlier about how this is something that's ongoing. This wasn't an operation that was sparked by something, rather work that's constantly happening in the background. What does that say to people like this that, you know, think, oh, they did their roundup for the week or the month, you know, I guess the coast is clear
Right.
for a little bit. I guess
Right.
that's not the case.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. You know, I've been at Precinct 4 40 years. I've been copping for 40 years. I know strategically, I demand that my chiefs and captains always have initiatives working. This was a proactive initiative. There was not a certain thing that happened that made us do this. This is part of what we do every day. Now, I will say we don't share everything we do undercover, because we work massage parlors, we work reverse prostitution stings, and sometimes we don't share all that with y'all. We may put it out on our platforms and keep our public and community informed, but we have, again, it's not uncommon to have, you know, 3 to 8 initiatives a day going on, whether, again, it's traffic initiatives or, you know, like, you know, we have an initiative right now with School Bus Safety Week. We literally have undercover vehicles following school buses to catch people going past school buses to protect our kids, and we're working that this week with the Klein Police Department. So it's not uncommon for us to have proactive initiatives going on.
I want to talk about AI real quick. I thought this was incredibly interesting. The National Center for Exploited and Missing Children, they put out this stat from the first 6 months of this year compared to last year. In artificial intelligence, we all know it's everything nowadays. Last year they had 6,800 cases of AI helping people like this exploit children.
Yep.
This year, more than 440,000 in the first 6 months.
Yep.
Does AI play a factor in this whole thing? And if so, can you kind of explain that?
It plays a huge factor, not only in the exploitation of our kids, but look at the amount of exploitation of our elderly folks with their bank accounts, them taking money to these machines and feeding thousands and thousands of dollars in to get a card and then give the information. AI is teaching these criminals how to be better criminals. And as far as AI for us, we understand it, and that's why it's even more important to do these types of initiatives and stay out in front of a lot of this. But AI does play a big part of it because it's going to teach people how to do certain things. Heck, you can ask your phone certain things and it'll give you the answer. I mean, it's just amazing that the technology's out there, and these folks here, they're not the sharpest knives in the drawer, but when they do figure things out, they're pretty proficient at it.
Did anybody try to run or put up in a fight, or did they just kind of...
Yeah, I don't really want to go into that, but they were quickly arrested, and that's just part of what we do. But I can tell you the streets of Harris County with these 5 individuals are much safer, and we want the message to get out there that these programs will continue. And again, I mean, these folks here, it's a pretty serious charge. And when you look at the bonds that are in the press release, I was pretty impressed with some of the bonds that were given, and a couple of them are still in jail, and that's where they need to be. So.
I was going to ask you the same thing. Spearheading this operation, how does it make you feel that it was your guys that caught these people instead of an actual victim?
Say that again?
Being the spearhead of the operation, how does it make you feel that your guys caught these individuals rather than them being in touch with an actual victim?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So and first of all, I'm just the leader of this organization, but let me tell you something. The men and women of Harris County and these other agencies that participated, they do all the heavy lifting. And I'm going to tell you, it takes a very special person to be a police officer in this day and time, just with the obstacles and the things that go on out there. But the men and women of law enforcement are committed to, again, not only these type of operations, but to serve and protect our communities and to work hand in hand with each other, because, no one agency could have done what we've done without the help of everybody involved. And the law enforcement agencies here in Harris County and the state, I mean, I can tell you that Governor Abbott sent in resources that I have not seen in Harris County before. I'm talking about there were state folks working this with us. And the collaboration and cooperation of law enforcement, I've never seen it so good here in Harris County.
You're saying those state resources from the governor's office assisted with this
Yes.
operation?
Mm-hmm.
That's never happened before.
We may have used them before, but not to this level. I mean, as you know, the governor was here a couple of weeks ago, and he moved assets into Harris County to arrest violent offenders and folks that are out on bond. And I can tell you that those assets assisted in this initiative.